Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing good. So today we are going to see Jenkins top 10 best practices. So let's get started with today's video. So let's start with first one. So first is always use Jenkins file, that is preferred as it is always in a repo. So let's say if anytime you need to revert or commit like go to a previous commit, you can do that. So now let's say if you write all your Jenkins logic in Jenkins pipeline only, then let's say pipeline by chances got deleted or server goes down, then you will not be having that logic. You need to write it again. So better to have it in Jenkins file and stored in a repo. So now next, let's see, keep pipelines modular and dry. So this means always try to use shared library or reusable functions. So let's say if a simple get checkout you are doing in 10 different pipelines, so you can create a simple shared library in Jenkins and you can use that in multiple pipelines. Another example, you can take any email notification you want to send. So let's say if you want to send into 3 pipeline, you can create a shared library and use that. So now let's go to next. So use declarative pipeline, not scripted. So reason is that declarative is easier to read and it's easy to start with. Let's say if anyone is new to Jenkins, then they can quickly start with declarative script rather than a scripted pipeline, because scripted pipeline needs a little bit knowledge of groovy scripts. So if you are new, it's easy to adapt. So next is important one, where to store your credentials in Jenkins. So Jenkins provide Jenkins credentials, so where you can securely like keep your keys, SSH keys, so password or any token you have. So it is recommended that you never hard code your password or APIs keys indirectly in pipelines. It's always to use credentials, and using credential function that Jenkins provide, call that credential and use that. So example also I have given credentials GitHub token ID. So that will be name of your credential that you have given in manage Jenkins. So now next is isolate jobs with clean workspace. So Jenkins provide one function, clean WS. So this is for workspace. So before or after jobs, to avoid any like junk file or everything, that this removes those things. So example I have given is after a build, that is for post. So clean WS, that clean the workspace after build completes. So next is error handling. So in any language, error handling is a must. So make sure you add checks early in the pipeline. Let's say add as much debug you can add. So to check when you are building any pipeline, use CatchError, so that if any error is happening, that you can catch and print that into the console. So coming up next is that always keep your Jenkins lightweight. Do not run heavy builds on one particular node, that is master. Always use agents or like Docker container to run your builds. You can also define any particular build to run particularly on an agent, that also you can define in your pipeline. So make sure you always keep master lightweight and keep your job segregated in different agents. Now next is artifacts. So artifacts in Jenkins are the like files generated during the build process, so that you can use for later purposes like logs, compiled binaries, so test reports. So you can create the artifacts using function archive artifacts, this provided by Jenkins only. One sample example also I have given, that is for test generation reports, stored it as an artifact. So next is always use proper notification. So let's say if build is a success or a failure or any unstable build, so then make sure that you send any notification, it's via Slack, email or Teams, and to make sure include proper members who are there. So now let's see the last one, so that is to monitor Jenkins health. So make sure you always check Jenkins CPU, memory or disk usage, that it's not full with junk files, and always take backup regularly of your Jenkins jobs, so that if anyhow new server you need to migrate, then you can do it easily. Pin plugin version. So what exactly is mean, that locking a specific version of a plugin, so that like Jenkins does not auto update it. So let's say if auto update happen and it may changed or something is changed in that plugin, so then your pipeline might break. So make sure you always lock or pin your plugin. So that's all in this video. I've shared you top 10 best practices that you can adapt to while creating your Jenkins build or pipelines. So I hope you like this video. If you have any doubt, then you can comment down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and like, share and subscribe to my channel.